I don't send them close. You know what we are talking about? I'm going somewhere. That is matter. It's still over. It's what you are doing. You are not even talking of faith. Why are they not faith? My own problem is charity begins at in N2B yesterday. In N2B, where the what is it? I don't know. They just came out from prison. It's the best politician. Ask people that are just look at me now. Somebody like you now, you hear what happened in N2B. Based on it's another man. And that's not a news you're supposed to be telling. Everybody might not be pleased with my work. It's up to me to make it clear that I'm not biased and I'm not against. See, I want Nigeria to what matter is still I want you to be very clear. No, just listen for now. No, leave it for now. See, for me, see, Tinubu and Tinubu will be whichever and if see, I would prefer I'm not an one. The reason is antecedent by the grace of God. He has a bit of a cleaner wardrobe. Less skeleton is cold than the other ones. Second one that's one of the major problems we have in this country is power. That was starting to steal the generators to Nigeria. Yes, no. Let's go check it out. I deny it.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to the program. This morning, in Bisons and listeners, I'm Christian Chuko. A very, very big welcome to everyone watching us this morning. Today is the 8th of September 2022, and we are right here to get people contributing and talking on the topical issues that we have this morning. Once again, welcome to the program. I am Christian Chuko. There's an update on Nnamdi Kanu'S release. The lawyer, Ejiofor, has spoken on Nnamdi Kanu'S release. He said that the team, there's an appeal between Nnamdi Kanu and the Nigerian government earlier scheduled for hearing on October 11th. But it has been brought forward to Tuesday, September 13th. Ejiofor disclosed that this in a statement and expressed the team's readiness for the separatist leader defense in the terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government. According to them, all the T's have been crossed, all the I's have been dotted to make the resumption of trial at the Court of Appeal, Abuja, that is next week, Tuesday, proceed unhindered. Yes, there's a shift from the date that will appear before court. Earlier, it was scheduled for October 11th, but now it will be September 13th, still on the 7-count charge filed against him. Yes, will be coming up for hearing at the Court of Appeal, Abuja, on the 13th of September 2022. INEC opens a portal for ad hoc staff recruitment. INEC opens a portal for ad hoc staff recruitment. It has opened its portal for recruitment, adding that eligible applicants should begin to apply for the role. INEC made the announcement in a post on its Facebook page on Wednesday. He said the portal, which opened on Wednesday, will be closed on November 30th, 2022. The Commission has approved the reactivation of the portal of both the mobile app for Android phones and the web portal for laptops. Yes, take advantage of that this morning. Let's look at other reports we have on Bandits Negotiator. That is our headline this morning. Have been arrested and also is in the custody of the DSS. One age to Shahid Gumi has been arrested. His name is Tuku Mamu. Tuku Mamu was arrested alongside his family members on his way to Saudi Arabia for a lesser Hajj. He was detained at the Cairo International Airport for 24 hours and has been repatriated to Nigeria. Mr. Mamu, who is the publisher of Desert Herald newspaper in Kaduna, negotiated the release of some of the victims of the March 2022 Kaduna train attack. There's a 2 billion naira racketeering case on his head. He on the collection of ransom. Yes. However, Mamu has earlier announced his withdrawal as the lead negotiator in securing the release of the hostages of the Abuja-Kaduna train attack after an alleged threat to his life by the Nigerian government. Yes, he's currently in DSS custody. Let's look at the papers this morning. I have the Daily Sun newspaper this morning. Daily Sun. I have also the Nation newspaper. Let's start with the Nation newspaper. Abuja Kaduna train hostage negotiator in DSS custody. Yes, Mamu, he was flown back from Cairo where he went for a lesser Hajj. Why Nigeria can't meet OPEC quota? We know some of the reasons why Nigeria cannot meet OPEC quota due to corruption and other reasons. Akeredolu, why Amotekun Corps must carry arms? Why Amotekun Corps must carry arms? That is from Akeredolu. This morning, IMF, International Monetary Fund, asked Nigeria others to take $40 billion climate loan. And Nigeria and other African countries should take advantage of the $40 billion resilience and sustainability trust fund to tackle climate crisis. The International Monetary Fund has counseled. Yes, let's look at that part. PDP crisis, uncertainty over Iyorchia's Ayu's fate. Uncertainty over Iyorchia's Ayu's fate. Article hosts presidential aspirant from South. Judgment Day coming, says Wike. Oyo governor, no retreat, no surrender. Oyo governor, no retreat, no surrender. Tinubu, we are determined to turn Nigeria's fortune around. Tinubu, we are determined to turn Nigeria's fortune around. No rift between party chair and I, says APC presidential candidate. The Daily Sun this morning, Tinubu dismisses Obi Atiku as threat, says no rift with Adamu, that is the APC chairman, national chairman of the APC. PDP crisis, Wike Makinde blowhards. PDP crisis, Wike Makinde blowhards. Day of reckoning coming, Rivers governor. Day of reckoning coming. That's from the Rivers governor. We'll fight for space in party, or your governor. We will fight for space in party. Party Guba candidates move to settle article Wike rifts. Federal government to descend on airlines selling tickets in dollars, deny spending 14.6 billion naira on Nigeria Airlines. Terrorists raise funds through non-formal transactions, revealed DSS. Terrorists raise funds through non-formal transactions, revealed DSS. On ASU, no going back on no work, no pay policy. Federal government, no going back on no work, no pay policy. This from the federal government. On brain lecturers insist on collective bargaining pact for new salary package. Lecturers insist on collective bargaining pact for new salary package. Brain drain. Government warns young doctors. Government warns young doctors for over brain drain. Nigeria frets as oil price fall below $90 per barrel. Nigeria frets as oil price fall below $90 per barrel. Federal Executive Council approves 829 million naira for road linking Anambra and Enugu states Basa with Kuwait. Anglican climate cautions against religious and ethnic politics. Yes, that is all we have for today There's a link on the live chat. Click on that link so that you can contribute to the program this morning. Once again, welcome to the program. Bystanders at the newsstands. I have my guy, Mercy Chigozie. Good morning, Mercy Chigozie.
Yeah, good morning, Christian and esteemed viewers. I remain Mazi Chigozie MD.
Okay,
Udo derende chorudo.
let's look at the bandit hosted negotiator has been arrested in Cairo, Egypt. I don't know if you have anything to say about that.
Well, we are in the dispensation of bandits and Fulani militias ravaging the country. You hardly could see any week where you done records sad news about the minds of innocent supposed citizens. For over 80 of the Chibok adopters is still within the control, within the hold of their kidnappers. Almost 5 years down the line or more, they are still. What is 5 years? Chibok girls have lasted over getting to 10 years, 8 years plus. These people are still incarcerated. And the police, Inspector General Police is telling us that they are capable. It's so unfortunate that this is Nigeria. And being that it is Nigeria, you understood what happens in your own country, where people's rights are not respected, and the government either is not doing anything to protect life and property.
Arresting the bandit negotiator.
And arresting the bandit negotiator. And who does that help? The problem is that the government has failed. The government itself is the main terrorist. Why do I say so? When you deny your supposed citizens, children, the youth, opportunity to access basic education, you see, then you are not preparing them for future. You are not preparing them for, to contribute positively to the society. You are more or less subjecting them to become perpetual nuisance. So the government led the foundation. What I mean the government, not just the dispensation of this Buhari, but successive governments. They were not, of course, sincere about the programs for the masses. You cannot tell me that you didn't prepare a child for the future challenge to accept, to be liberal. Then you are preparing him for the worst. So arresting the negotiator or whatever is not a problem. It's just somebody that is down with cancer. You are giving him coffee. Coffee to do what? What does coffee do to somebody that is down with breast cancer or whatever, prostate cancer? So you should be mature enough to take your responsibility, the responsibility of your failure. The political elite has failed the masses. In the first instance, what informed their position? People that has no industry. Is there any industry thriving in the northern hemisphere? They don't have school. Over 10,000 schools, both primary, secondary, and university, are shut down. Some over a year plus. So what becomes such society? What becomes of such society? So the government should be held responsible. They are the more terrorists personified instead. This is not arresting negotiator. What is that negotiator? Huh? You yourself, you yourself, looking for useless information. What information are you looking for? The terrorists are within your territory. Why didn't you go after them? They are within the territory you call the sovereign state. What is keeping you back from going after them? If actually you recognize them as terrorists, why is the need of negotiating? Why your own supposed citizens are at the mercy of the so-called terrorists? So you have to bargain with them, plead with them, meet their conditions, even giving you conditions which you have accepted. Over time, you pay them ransom, and they go back and reinforce themselves, get more sophisticated, and you are calling them terrorists. Who is more terrorists? The government and the political elite are the terrorists that have destroyed the fabric of existence, that have lived ostentatious and luxury life at the expense of the people. They are economic terrorists, education terrorists, security terrorists, health care system terrorists. So it's not just terrorists of carrying arms. They are terrorists in terms of food security. They are terrorists in terms of the healthcare system. They have looted what was meant to better the lot of the masses. So what better language do you use? This has resulted to the loss of millions of lives. Mother-child, of course, mortality rate is the highest in Nigeria. Of recent, you say over 30,000 children died as a result of pollution, air pollution, water pollution. Who should be held accountable? This is, of course, negligence on the part of the government, both federal, state, and local government. We don't have government in Nigeria. Down in Imo State, over one federal road has been awarded over 20 years. One, every year they prepare budget for the same federal road. Every year, just like Lagos, every year they prepare budget. The same road, they capture everything. The same thing happened. And yet, we are not seeing dividends of democracy. People that say that they raise internal generated revenue of Lagos State to $15 billion or whatever, to $100 billion. What impact, significant impact, positive impact has that made to you and I? You are with this internal generated revenue running into trillions of dollars. What have you benefited as a Lagosian? You still pay transport shuttle down to your office, down to this place. So in what way have you benefited being a Lagosian? And they're telling us they are making billions of dollars on weekly basis or daily basis. You see, why this has not reflected in the life? What is the working condition of Lagos State civil service? It's not by extension Nigeria. People, what is the well-being of the masses? So all these things are immaterial. When you don't pay attention, go and arrest who? They should even arrest themselves. They should submit themselves to DSS. Buhari should submit themselves to DSS for scrutiny, and all the entire governors, because they are the terrorists that is terrorizing the entire masses.
Buhari should submit himself to DSS.
Yeah, to submit himself to DSS.
And he trusts the DSS.
Well, it's unfortunate that the likes of Finnegan's have destroyed the DSS and all that. In a sense society, such people should be tried. Nobody is above the law. So, for you terrorizing the masses, your own citizens, denying them the opportunity to good life, to good basic amenities. You see, you should be considered a terrorist, and anyone supporting you is an accomplice to such crime.
Okay. Let's look at some people are saying that Nigerians are docile. Nigerians are docile. They don't take actions.
Some people. Let him stay there and be eating the burger. They say, you are docile, you fled the country. If you have been responsible enough, you should have led the way forward. Rather than fixing your own country, you went where the meal is already prepared, and you are telling me Nigerians are docile. With this level of suffering and subjugation, when even the voice of the people are being clamped down. And we that are votes, of course, because we are being called for such a time like this, to stand in for the people. And you are still telling us that we are docile. Stay there and be drinking coffee and be eating burger. And telling me you are bold. Well, I don't blame them, because they prefer to remain fugitives. The person saying this may be living in IDP, but the IDP is better than living in working free in Nigeria. So that's why he has a free internet to tell Nigerians and those are. You don't know how much we are suffering. Some people are living below. A dollar is about 500 naira now, or 600. But some people are living below 300 naira. So what do you call it? Is it below poverty line? This is below poverty abject line, if there's any adjective like that. Living below poverty abject line. And you call yourself a Nigerian. Nigeria become the capital city. Do you know what it means to be the capital city of poverty in the world? The capital city of poverty, what you call Nigeria? Over 150 million Nigerians are living below poverty abject line, or poverty abject line. Is that, help me now, as a you're just laughing at me. You know, I went to night school. I didn't go to school when I was supposed to go to school.
I understand.
And these are the problem of Nigerians.
You understand? Okay. Let's look at Ondo State Governor has asked the federal government that Amotekun must wield arms, seeing the Niger Delta militants holding AK-47 and even the Fulani. Why would Amotekun carry arms?
You see, the Bible says, from the days of John the Baptist, the violent take it by force. So if you must preserve your life and the cultural inheritance of your people, you must take it by force. Nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easy. I learned that from childhood. Nothing comes easy. If you don't take it by force, you will continue to be subjugated. You continue to remain a perpetual slave. There is nowhere in history, even in heaven, the Bible said there was war. And the war is what brought down what we call the Lucifer, who now established his base in Nigeria. And from there, he's controlling other nations of the world. Nigeria is the capital of Lucifer, the devil. So if you must find a way forward, if you must seek for freedom, whether mental freedom, of course you have to take it by force. We people that are, of course, attain mental freedom, we know what we pass through to ensure that we are.
Somebody say, explain how do you take it by force? How?
Huh?
How do you take it by force?
You see, you cannot understand if you are eating burger. And the living at, you see, it's one thing. Some people are more even worse than Buhari. You made a promise of burger, and you think that Chigozie is a hungry man. For barely 2 weeks now, you have not been able to fulfill the promise you made. Whether you made it by omission or commission, but a promise is a promise. If you refuse to keep a promise of burger, then you have no moral, of course, justification to condemn Buhari, who is even better off than you, so by keeping the promise of Islamizing Nigeria.
The action.
You see, the violence means you have to be resolute, you have to be decisive about that. You see, nothing can let, of course, for my basic principle of physics, elementary physics, say a body will continue in its motion or its state of rest, except an external force is applied to it. So you can remain bonded forever, or of course in the state of inertia, except a force propels you to be displaced from your own point of displacement, to change your position. So if you're asking me that, of course, as a teacher, you should understand this thing remains the way it is. I can stand here as long as I can. My inertia can sustain me. But if acted by a force, if I see a moving train now, I go stapper. Maybe you have the muscle because you have eaten. I can see your stomach to resist it. So that is what the Bible says. You will remain in your own state of motionless and despair. Stop in the cock of despair and motionless. Except you act a force with take you to another dimension. We liberate you. That is just it. Nobody, no country of the world, of course, have enjoyed freedom, liberty, without applying the same principle, basic principle of life, and which is applicable to everything. And whatever goes up comes down. It is conditional, but there are things that goes up. They are sustained by certain forces, and they escape the trajectory, of course, cycle of the gravitational pull. And that's why you see the rocket science, the basic science of rockets and all that. So the fundamental issue is that we might choose to remain in deceptive connotation called Nigeria if we refuse to act at this point. And those, of course, I must commend most of our diasporans who believe in the emancipation of their own people and who are working towards that. Not these people who are busy eating burger and making empty promises.
Okay, thank you very much.
Chigozendibo.
For your analysis this morning. Yes, we are not in our usual position. Let's have some other person this morning. Mr. Matthew. Mr. Matthew. Mr. Matthew. Morning. Yes. Yeah. Yes, sir. Good morning. You are educating. No, it's okay. You are educating. He said he doesn't believe in election.
Who? No, he's trying to analyze the chances of Obi. He was saying it's in relation to, he said he like Obi to win. He said because it will engender a new order. But he's afraid that vote may not count.
Okay.
But I try to allay his fear that for me, I feel that substantially vote will count. That if you look at even the electoral act, what it says is that once there's substantial compliance, once the election substantially complies to the electoral act, you can say the election is free and fair. And it's very difficult where you see election, even in the developed world, where you say there is 100% perfection. Even in US election, you saw how Trump was being accused, how other countries were being accused of meddling into American politics. So what we are saying is, once we have substantial compliance with the electoral act, a situation where you allow people to vote, we see that vote is counting, I think whoever wins, nobody will raise issue.
Okay, let's look at a bandit negotiator was arrested, over 2 billion naira racketeering. Let's look at the action of the federal government. How do you look at
I think for me, because I try to ponder over it, I try to ask myself, why the federal government wait for the man to get to Egypt before arresting him? Because that man has been in Nigeria, doing all his business, all his negotiation, interface with the terrorists, with the families of the Kaduna train victim attack, and all this while. So why did I have to wait until he leaves the shores of Nigeria, get to Egypt with his family before he was arrested? So I think there may be more to it. But however I look at it, if the man has any issue with money that is not legitimate, I think he should answer for it. Because what we are saying is, there are a whole lot of issues that need to be unraveled with respect to this kidnapping, terrorism, ransom paying. Because the reason the kidnapping is going on is because of people are paying ransom. And though you cannot blame people who are paying ransom, because somebody who have a family that has their breadwinner kidnapped will do everything within their power, humanly power, to ensure that they get him or her out of captivity. Even if he's not a breadwinner, nobody will allow his loved one to languish in the den of kidnappers. But the government needed to do more, not just trying to criminalize ransom paying as a way of trying to discourage it. Because the government have a responsibility to protect life and property. And when they fail to protect life and property and somebody is kidnapped, they have a responsibility to rescue that person. We have seen America did that in the recent past, where they came to Sokoto to rescue that 27-year-old Philip Wanton. So I think Nigerian government is in major reason we are not getting success in all the areas of insecurity
Nigerian
of fighting
government
terrorism.
is a major reason we are not getting.
They are not doing the needful. They are not living up to their responsibility. Because you swore an oath as the president to protect life and property. And you have a responsibility to live up to that responsibility. Because it doesn't, it's not about sentiment. I don't think an American president will comfortably sit in the comfort of White House and have his citizens being kidnapped within American territory for months. And he's still comfortable. You wake up and he carry out with business of the day as if nothing is happening. That is the situation of Nigeria. That is why people like us believe that Nigeria's sovereignty have been divided. We have a situation where non-state actors like government will make us to see them. Is already holding territories. If you look at the memo from Kaduna State Governor, where it said the terrorists are already forming parallel governments and they're already agitating over cases. So what else do you need to believe that the government is failing? No wonder John Campbell, the former American ambassador to Nigeria, wrote to American Senate that they should recognize Nigeria as a failed state, because you can see all the indices of the failed state manifested in Nigeria. But however I look at it, I think government have a responsibility to do the needful.
Okay, let's look at Tompolo. It seems Tompolo is making progress with reconciling various militant groups in the Niger Delta region.
But you have always known my position with respect to the issue around Tompolo. I've always said that it's not about Tompolo. It's about what the government wants to achieve. We have a situation where the government have alleged that the crude that is being stolen is over 600,000 barrels a day. And Tompolo has a security company that has the capacity to go about amphibious warfare. He have done that in the past under Jonathan.
Indictment on the federal government.
If you say it's an indictment, then there's another bigger indictment against Nigerian government, because during the Nigerian Civil War, Nigerian government could not fight in the Niger Delta. They hired Adakaboro to fight for them. And after the war, after so many years, Nigerian government have not grown the capacity to fight amphibious warfare. So it's not surprised that they are engaging Tompolo. Tompolo has the capacity to do the job. If you look at Nigeria under this administration, they gave a contract of $830 million to an Israeli company for the same purpose of guiding, manning critical infrastructure in the oil and gas industry. And the intention was that over the years, they will train Nigerians and transfer the technology and the wherewithal to Nigerian Navy. But more than 4 or 5 years after the contract, there's no indication that Nigerian Navy have learned anything. So the government needs to prioritize whether to continue losing over 400 and something billion naira every month and pay 4 billion to a company, an indigenous company that can do the job. So they need to prioritize it.
Okay.
I'm not surprised that he's recording success, because he has the capacity. He has done in the past. Well, yeah, we are talking. I know people are personalizing it. This thing is not personal. It's about individual who floated a company that has capacity to do a job. So what would Nigerians say if that contract was to be given to maybe a foreign company that equally have capacity? Is it not the same thing? People are looking at it because Tompolo is the face of that company. So it doesn't matter how you look at it. It's a company that has the capacity to fight amphibious warfare.
Some people say a Niger Delta, so you support Tompolo.
It's not about being a Niger Delta. Let me tell you this. If I'm to speak like a Niger Delta, I would say let the stealing of the crude continue. The reason is not far-fetched. Go and look at Nigerian revenue index. How much is gold, solid minerals bringing to that table? And we have a situation where states are managing the solid mineral. They are the one appropriating it, deciding how it's being managed. So how much are they remitting to Nigerian trade? To FAC. So if I'm to speak as a Nigerian Deltan, I would say let the oil theft continue.
Okay, Niger Delta wielding weapons. Ondo State governor has come again to carry out that Amotekun must carry guns.
It's a right thing to do. Amotekun should carry gun, and any responsible security outfit organized by state government, backed by state law from the State House of Assembly, should be allowed to carry gun. Because I watched that article of Taraba the other time, where he was saying that if you want to disarm Tarabans who legitimately have arms, because there was a time the army wanted to disarm people who were bearing arms in the regular society. So he advised them to go and disarm the bandits, the terrorists, the criminals, the Boko Haram, before I think of disarming lawful citizens. Because if Boko Haram, ISWAP, and Saudi business terrorist group, Fulani killer herdsmen, can freely go about with AK-47, AK-49, then why should a lawfully established Amateku not be armed?
Why do you think that the Nigerian government doesn't want to hit to that call?
The reason is this: they fear that the state governors will abuse it. 1, 2, they fear that it may lead to disintegration. Because if state government now control security at that level and they be armed, that they may challenge the federal government. But I think those fears should be removed, because even as we speak today, that there are categories of things we need to import in Nigeria. You need a user certificate that comes from the office of the National Security Advisor, and when it does that, you cannot put it to, you cannot deploy it for operation. I said here the other day that Rivers State government bought a helicopter, a military helicopter, to complement the effort of Nigerian Air Force in guiding oil and gas infrastructure in the state. But because they needed a user certificate from Office of National Security Advisor, and the office refused to give the certificate for reason better known to them. Because the point where Rivers State government was forced to donate the chopper, the military helicopter, to federal government. So what I'm saying is, even if you allow Amateku or the security arrangement at the state level to be armed, federal government will have a way of interfacing, monitoring, and supervising them. And again, even the governors are relying on their responsibility has been accorded to them by the constitution to join the federal government in protecting lives and property. Because there is this police council that is powered by law, that has 39 members, that have all the 36 governors as members. The president is a member, the IG is a member, and one other national member. So, and the constitution under section 216 empowers that body to manage, to organize, and superintend over police affairs. So the governors can, through that council, decide to vote how police should be reorganized, how police should be managed. These are not doing. And the constitution equally gives that body power to advise when an IG should be hired and fired. And we are seeing instances where IG is being hired, fired without the consent of that body, and you don't see any government speaking, any governor speaking, because they don't want to be in the bad book of the Mr. President.
Okay. Two APC chieftains yesterday disagreed on the achievements of Tinubu in Lagos. I don't know if you watched that broadcast.
I have not watched it.
Yeah, they disagreed.
You may tell me the area. I need to remind me the area of the disagreement.
Some of Tinubu supporters are saying that Tinubu made Lagos, but he said we have the likes of Jakonde, we have the likes of Marwa, and others that said.
To be quite honest with you, I don't know what people mean by Tinubu made Lagos. Because whether we like it or not, Lagos as a former capital enjoy enormous infrastructure by federal government.
Can you name the infrastructure?
The 10 million bridge you are using that facility. Why is it that Lagos State is not able to build another one? I'm not trying to vilify Lagos State, but I'm trying to say that what Lagos State benefits from federal government by being the former capital, it is like an advantage they have over other states. It is like a comparative advantage over other states. I quite agree that in Lagos State you have every ethnic tribe in Lagos, but it doesn't. You cannot say Tinubu developed Lagos. Lagos State, one thing I can understand that maybe his government does, and every other government in Lagos is doing it. They have culture of maintenance. that is lacking generally in Nigeria. When I mean culture of maintenance, you will see like the refuse disposal system, so that is working in Lagos. I think it's a good approach of this.
But he brought together a team that really did some work in Lagos.
I don't know, you may need to remind me the work they do, or they did rather. What I can understand that look at all the infrastructure, major infrastructure in Lagos State. National Stadium, who built it? I'm asking you. National Theatre, who built it? I'm asking you. Is it the government that built it or individuals? The Eco Atlantic City you are mentioning.
Who opened up that area?
Who should? What? Look at the question I'm asking. I thought they say.
I'm quoting the.
No, it doesn't matter what you quote. It doesn't matter what you quote. Go to Delta State, for instance. All the structure you see in Asaba, you now say a particular governor built it. This is a state you have. Okay, now look at government policy that make almost all importation, almost everything is being imported into a country that is not productive to be taking route from Lagos State. Why will people not come to Lagos State? Because you discover that all the major ports, all the major importation is being done in Lagos. And Lagos do not have competitive advantage when it comes to importation. There are so many places that have access to sea. Delta have access to sea. Akwa have access to sea. Bayelsa, Cross River, rivers, they have access to sea. But the ports are not working. And if the ports were to work, you will see Lagos, they will discontent Lagos. Now, Tinapa, under Obasanjo deliberately decided, Tinapa was supposed to be a free trade zone. Obasanjo deliberately refused to allow Tinapa work. That would have driven people out of Lagos to other parts of the country, because importation would have moved to other areas. So if you have major importation happening here, you open up a new city, people are bound to acquire it with speed of light. Because that is where economic activity is concentrated, where we are not producing, we are importing, and everything we are importing is through Lagos. So who is giving us this narrative? It's a wrong narrative. Decentralized importation, allow other ports to work in all the coastal states, and that Lagos population will not come down. What are we saying?
Mr. Matthew, Mr. Kule is here for you.
No, he can only share. He's not ready for me. He will say his perspective.
Okay.
He's not ready for me.
Last, let's look at the PDP crisis. Governors, intending governors and governors that went to visit Wike. It seems Wike is holding the party to ransom.
I think Wike is becoming too. I don't like his approach, to be quite honest with you. Because for me, I see a man who is always at the center of leadership crisis in the party. Because if it's the first time he's doing it, it will be understandable. But let's look at right from the time of McAfee, Wike was instrumental to bringing McAfee to head the party. Ahmadu Sheriff, Wike was instrumental to bring Ahmadu Sheriff to head the party. Uche Secondus, Wike was instrumental. And all these past PDP chairmen, he is equally instrumental in hosting them out of power. So does it mean it is born out of desperation, out of inordinate ambition? So if it is the first time he's doing it, I will see reason with him, but why is it that he's always at the center of leadership crisis in that party? I can understand the narrative they are putting forward now, that the North are taking everything, they want the South to have fair representation, but why is Wike at the center of leadership crisis in PDP? But again, why I equally say Ayu should resign in this? He made a personal statement that if the candidate of the party emerged from the North, he will resign his position. So I think he should be honorable enough to honor his own word. Outside that, I would have asked.
How do you want him to go on with his own agitation?
What do you like?
How do you want Wike to go on? You say you don't like the way.
What I'm saying is, he contested an election, he lost. I know it's painful to contest the election after spending much in news, but that notwithstanding, he should have carried on with the business because he has made a pledge that he will support whoever emerged from the process. But I can understand that the process of selecting the running mate is where people got it wrong. Though it's a PDP problem, but we're only analyzing it because of what we are seeing on ground. Because if I think you knew that he needed to choose Okowa as a running mate, and also Okowa is not good, but there was no point setting up a committee, because for what we are made to understand, the committee voted and recommended Wike over and above other nominees. So, according to the members of the committee, 14 out of 17 voted in favor of Wike. And I think we jettison that arrangement and choose Okowa. I think that is where we got it wrong.
Okay.
I think that is where you got it wrong.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
I have a GPN.
Good people.
GPN.
Good people.
Good people.
You do good. Good is the way. Goodness is the way. Goodness. When we good,
We
everything
are
is
talking
good.
about who built Lagos. Two APC chieftains yesterday were speaking on the influence of former governor of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on Lagos. I see some of the things he has done. I don't know. Let me get your own point.
He do nothing. Who says he do something? Who says he do something? Who talks he do something? Maybe I hear. What did he do?
Should I point it out to you? Should I point it out to you?
What is that? What did he do?
This school that is in Vega, who built it?
What school?
That school.
School.
Yes. That millennial school.
Lagos State.
Millennial schools
I'm coming
in Vega,
now.
okay.
After federal, Lagos State have a state inside federal. I mean, you know.
Who built that school? Answer me
I'm
first.
coming. You know, build for Lagos. You know, build for federal. You build for Lagos State.
That's what I'm saying now.
Now school
You
you
did
build.
something in
I'm
Lagos.
coming. No, you don't get my point. You don't build any school. Every school, every road you see, they pass road. Federal government already do road. They pass the road. It is spoiled. What do they do? Okay, go to every 80% of
College Road, who built it?
college road. What are you talking about? He insists they pass the road.
College Road.
How many years? How many years college
Who
road?
built College Road? Is it the federal government or the state government?
They do road. Very federal government don't open road. They can't. They go clean the road. Don't put guys. Don't put the road. All road was made. 30 years of federal capital. Who is the Lagos they talk? I don't people they come talk. Say they do build Lagos. Who build Lagos? Federal government build Lagos 30 years. Is it a small day? 30 good years. Forget about that one.
Okay.
They are nothing. They say they build Lagos State. We build that. Your veterans in that build Lagos.
Who built Lagos now?
I'm coming. He opened a federal road for Lagos and put toll gate. That's federal road. Why did he put toll gate for federal road? He make federal road. He open and put toll gate and begin to collect people money. Why did he do that? That's federal road. You see this road? Now he do that road. That was federal road. The one way across to this thing. He collect money. That's federal road.
What the government does, it creates an enabling environment for you to operate. So
Oh,
it created an enabling
what they
environment for
listen to me.
development in Lagos.
Nobody can try Lagos State as the ancient of federal capital of Nigeria for 30 years. You understand me? It was too powerful. In 2002, it was a title developing city on earth in the whole world. Federal government took everything. National theater, everything. Railway, airport, everything. Seaport, everything. So what did they do? They sit down and chop money and pass road. Use Lagos State to do business for the Yoruba land. Bring a BRT, bring this to do business inside the state. All the road that they put corridor, now federal road. All the road they put corridor to drive BRT, now federal road be that. I don't think you go to other. You need to understand what is going on. Lagos State, what?
At least they did something.
They did nothing. They steal the road. They steal the state. They took the state from Nigeria. They dominate the state. Take over. The federal is the federal capital. Akwa Ibom contribute I'm coming now. Akwa Ibom contribute 144 billion barrels of oil to build terminal. I don't want to get that one. Moving Nigeria PSC contribute 150 billion barrels of oil to build the terminal. They pay by crude. You don't pay by naira, by crude. They get crude. You need to understand what is going on. They are journalists. Get facts. Very sharp. I'm very fast on what I'm talking. I know what I'm talking. They do nothing. They just create Lagos State, marginalize people, separate people, agent an agreement, make Nigerians to live comfortable in Nigeria as a former federal capital. Supposed to be a state of everyone, very sensible state. Ogun State is here, Osun State is here, they don't do anything. But they are dying here in Lagos State. We bring pressure people. It was a state of federal, all of us. Federal capital of Nigeria, 30 years, FCT. Nobody knows. Anyone who can tell me, say no. FCT, 30 years.
Obon,
What are you saying?
can you take away development from Lagosians?
Development from Negotiator. Where did they develop? When you go and talk about Akwa Ibom State, where break forest and bring road. When you go and talk about Delta State, where bring forest and bring road. When you go and talk about Ebonyi State now, where they break forest and bring road. This state was what done perfect by federal government. All the federal property for Ikoyi land, they sell it all. They don't sell it all. All the 1004 estate, they sell it. Was federal, all those things are federal government property. They sell everything. Now all the road for a bumper, CMS, connected to Opera Bill Oro Street. They are the one that built it. It was made by crude oil. So what are they doing? So they said, what did they do? Tell me what they do. They open everywhere, make their business with it, do every business, they do business.
Of course, that's what the government should do now.
That is it, they do business from the state that they make for them. They don't make state to do business. They should go and do business for Ogun State. America knows that they get power to do state. Go to Ogun State and do road. Make everywhere for private for Ogun State.
Okay, let's talk about Wike and his influence in the PDP.
Wike is a betrayal to MP. According to them, betrayal to the and I don't like that.
To PDP.
Yes, the PDP. Because I don't like that. Wike lifestyle now it become a betrayal to PDP. Because what Wike could not do what he do now. What he do now, Wike never do. I don't like it. Now Wike try to become people don't understand him again. You want to go to APC?
He wants the chairman to resign.
Okay, are you pressured in chairman to resign? Then you have to sabotage
the presidential candidate cannot be from the north, and the chairman also be from the north.
Okay.
And despite the fact, the chairman has said if they produce candidates from the north, that is the presidential candidate from the north, he will resign. So he's asking that Ayu should resign. So why are you saying that he's a betrayer?
Ayu should resign.
Yeah.
So did he stick to APC? Why is he to PDP? Why is he going here? If you stick to APC, PDP and say this word, I can believe with you. When you are going here, begin to shake to remove, begin to shake this. What is the problem?
He's a politician. So
As a politician,
what do you expect?
Listen to me. Rumor down begin to come in that but I don't want to hear that. What I hear, I'm a man of integrity. I stand in my word right from beginning till now. I stand in my word. I don't have to shake mouth or to do this, to do that. I know people I can shake and I know people don't shake hand.
You know people that can shake hands.
Yes, I know that I can shake and I know people don't shake hand. Even the Lord tell me that you have to work, you have to be careful. Now he is already rotating all over the country and do all manners of talk. Calm down. If you want PDP, you there for PDP, you want to do that in PDP. Then strongly in PDP, even empower more power in PDP. Nobody to be sit down and you resign and you go here and you go here and you go here. Nobody know where you are. Amoteku that you're talking about. I hear them this one talk.
Yeah.
Say they should keep Amoteku gone.
Yes, yes.
They thief 70 cars from outside.
They did not thief 70 cars.
It's in this.
Where do you get it from?
I'm coming now.
There's no report.
The man go to BBC and announce that they killed this place and kill his son. Seize. Where is the cow?
Seize.
Where the cow?
Yes.
Where
you trespass.
Where the cow?
Where you trespass.
This is the problem I have with you. Where the cow?
It has been returned to the owner.
To who?
The owner.
One CC cow.
It has been returned to the owner.
You cannot keep a thief gone.
They did not steal it.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
No, they did not steal it.
They thief the cow by trick.
Seize.
You can never give a thief gone.
Seize
the cow. They don't return the cow to outside. You cannot give a thief gone. Return the cow. They don't. The owner just say you return the cow. 70 cow. They will give you gone. You cannot give a thief gone. It's a thief by tricks. Don't go.
I don't understand you.
You don't understand me. You can never understand me.
Amoteku
thief those cows. Listen to me.
Seize.
They seize
You are
cow.
saying it's
70
stolen.
cow. They seize. They seize 70 cow. Did they return this cow
Because
to
they are
outside?
trespassing.
Yes. Where the cow? Where they kill them? Where they seize them? Where is it?
We have the custom that sees goods.
Okay.
We don't see the
I'm coming.
goods again.
The custom
Would you say that
I'm coming
they should not allow
now.
them
I'm
with their
coming
weapon?
now. At the end, the custom that sees goods, the police should come and buy the goods for custom office. The rest they come and buy the cow for where they see that. They rob this cow. These guys, you can't keep them gone.
Okay. Lastly, what are you planning? What's your
My plan is this. I want to say now we are still waiting for Messiah to arrive. Does that mean? Which is this?
We have APC, PDP, Labour Party,
Yeah,
NPP,
that is
ADC,
it. That is
AAC.
it. Listen.
Yes,
The
they are still
three
waiting
major-
for. They are
the
still waiting for which
But
Messiah
we are
again?
waiting for Messiah to come.
Is the Messiah going to come?
Oh, I'm coming. Messiah is coming. All the APC,
Come from where?
PDP, all of them now what they cannot help. Messiah is coming. But for now, what to manage with? You need to know. We must manage. But as Messiah will come in, call GPN political party.
Okay, GPN is the Messiah.
Messiah is coming. Everything. Who to the call?
GPN is the Messiah.
I'm a Messiah. GPN. You need to understand what we do. 1.5 million tons Nigerian go melt to us. I came to Nigeria and bring it back. People chop. Enjoy themselves. Good people. We must good. I good. Everybody good. We good. We begin to enjoy.
Where's your campaign
Bad
director?
guy can never do.
Where's your
anything.
campaign director?
Oh, we are working on it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We are working on it. You can even be one because we are working on it. Campaign, but we're going to restore power to make sure we restore transformation and bring excellence. Sponsor. That is it. You can even be one of it. We want to work from this newspaper scan. This camera, we must form a president. That's what I'm believing, and I'm going to do it. I'm running the party here in this camera for that. 1.5 million tons. Nobody can stand against it. 1.5 million tons. That's the power that is going to carry. Cannot stand against that power.
Electricity power.
Never for you. This is a small.
Electricity power.
1.5 million tons. You don't understand. It's going to be amazing.
Okay, thank you very much.
You know.
I have fully. A minute. I know a minute. Wait now. Calm down.
I'll get this man arrested.
Good morning, Mr.
Everybody wants to arrest me. Good morning. No.
Yes, sir. There's an addition of concern.
Olare, good morning. I greet you anywhere you are. Yeah, I appreciate you. Olare.
Mr. Oli Cash shall be Olare.
Oli Cash, yeah. Oli Cash. You know.
There's an issue of concern this morning. On yesterday, Channel Television, 2 APC chieftains were arguing on the achievements of Tinubu in Lagos State. I don't know. I sent the link on the chat. I don't know if you watched.
I've not. Funniest thing, I'm not even connected to the chat. The chat space, WhatsApp.
What? Okay.
About the development of Lagos, about the making of Lagos, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. You see, Lagos is a teamwork. I mean, Lagos was built on a teamwork process, right? I think maybe I can analyze a bit from you. The colonial met Lagos. The colonial left Calabar as the first capital of Nigeria. They shifted down to Lagos, where their time was up in Calabar. And they got to Lagos. They got land from Onikoyi descendants, and they started the building and the shaping of Lagos from there. That is why today when you get to Ikoyi, you see a lot of colonial names being named. Gerard, Cameron, Oxford, the Jam office. Oxford, I think Oxford also. Then a lot of colonial name was named after Ikoyi section. Then when the colonial left, the military took over. That was why you had the seat of the presidency then, military rulers then, in Ikoyi likewise, Dodan Barrack, Southwest Ikoyi axis. Now, the first military administrator of Lagos, indigene, was Mobolaji Johnson, Brigadier Mobolaji Johnson.
This was 9 years.
Yeah, he started the development of the upgrading of the Lagos. Then when he left, I think it was the turn of either N2B Kanu that was posted to Lagos likewise. He did his own best. After N2B Kanu, we have the, the democratic space, the civilian government, which was Jakonde. And Jakonde did a lot. I think the most performing civilian governor, not administrator, in Lagos State, which was Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, Babaki Kere. Then from Alhaji Jakonde, it boils down to who else? I think Agbala Jobi era, Agbala Jobi and Sarumi.
I don't know.
And this guy's father, Otedola. Yeah. So that one, Otedola father came in through the back door, and he didn't rule Lagos for long, likewise. And from Otedola's fathers, we snowball into military, another military administrators, the military power. And what happened? The Buba Mara came in. Mara came in. Oyinlola came in, Buba Mara came in. Then Buba Mara, then Oyinlola. Because I could remember the only governor that said he doesn't know where he can get bitumen to repair Lagos roads. So after Oyinlola left, it was new era. We usher ourselves into new era of democracy. Tinubu came in. And Tinubu met Lagos, the developmental master plan of Lagos. And it started working.
He was not the one that started it.
It wasn't. Lagos has a master plan. Right? There was a master plan of Metro Lane of that Buhari time, that Buhari nullified, they cancelled it. Yeah, Jack wanted to build the railway. But when they seized power, listen. So when they seized power, then from presidential system we were practicing, democratic system, then that's under Shagari and Ekweme. So Buhari came in, he nullified those projects, metro line projects that Lagos supposed to have then. So Lagos development cannot be on the one man, cannot be centered on one man.
Amotekun, within arms, the governor has been crying that Amotekun corps must carry arms. You have the Niger Delta militants also willing that.
Where are they seeing? Where are the Niger Delta seeing their arms? So
they have a contract with the federal government. That means what they are doing is
no. The militants then, where the arms were just
has a contract with the federal government.
No, before even contracts, they were with dreaded arms during the Yaradua time. Before even the amnesty, they were using dreaded arms. So maybe Governor Akeredolu should go and meet NIA, Nigerian Institute of Nigerian Security Intelligence, or what they call it, Mongulo, to go to seek permission for him to acquire arms, because they said the chief of the intelligence agency official even said that time that Nigerians should be ready, they should protect themselves, they should harm themselves and defend themselves.
National Security Advisor,
National NSA, Moguno, that Nigerians should be ready to harm themselves and to defend themselves. So that arms now, how to acquire the arms now, that is main thing we needed now. And if I were Akeredolu, I can't be looking at my people being killed. I will look at all the way, whether I have to bend the constitution. Yes, a lot of them are bending. How are the Boko Haram getting arms? How are the bandits getting arms, kidnapping people? Dictating for government, for ransom they want to take.
There's a ransom negotiator that was arrested.
He was arrested, yeah. And they say he's an ally of government. So definitely they must invite government to.
He has been in Nigeria, but why?
Why? They must. You see, the issue, how these people carry out the arrest is they'll be monitoring you, but when your cup is full and they are ready for you.
No, my question: he has been in Nigeria all this time.
He has been in Nigeria,
and it could not affect his arrest.
Maybe there was laxity. Maybe there was someone.
The spokesman said it's a person of interest. That means there's something fishing somewhere.
But they must have done that.
Maybe some of the money that they are paying to the terrorists collecting inside. This
person he has been
doing that for a while.
He has been in Nigeria all this while.
Why he's saying now is, why are they not coming out now? Why are they not knowing now that he needs to be arrested? Since all the while he has been negotiating, and they know that there's no fire, there's no flame without fire, there's no petrol, there's no flame without fire, without smoke without fire. So the issue there now is that guy has been
an associate since March.
For you to be negotiating the release of the kidnapped victims with the bandit, that means you know they're in and out. So you should be able to explain how come, what brings the relationship, how did you know them? You have to profile the man.
If he doesn't know, they won't go and negotiate.
Even Mr. Sheikh Gumi said needs to be invited. So there are a lot of people that we are just saying.
My question is that why arrest him when he's traveling out? He has been in Nigeria since all this time.
They can arrest you. When the security agency is monitoring you, they can arrest you anywhere because they have an alliance with Interpol all over the world. See how they commit
a crime in Nigeria, they will arrest you in Nigeria.
They can arrest you anywhere.
But why didn't they arrest you in Nigeria?
No, they can arrest you anywhere, as it is.
Okay.
Look at this guy they brought in from
for him to have left the country.
For him to have
left the country, that means there's something fishy, which we the people do not know yet.
Yes. He must have
escaped. We are still waiting to know.
He must have sneaked out. He must have sneaked out.
When the people are still in hostage.
No, it's not even the first.
The people is negotiating their release. They are still being held hostage. So why is he leaving? You as a negotiator, why are you running to? Where are you going?
You know Minor?
You are negotiating.
You remember the Minor case?
And I need you.
Minor too ran away. You ran away.
I need you to be free, and you are leaving me.
So Nigeria issues. Since our law cannot work, the international police, what's it called, will help us out because we have an alliance.
Since our law cannot work,
I mean, it's not working. They will help us out because the guy was supposed to be arrested at the airport.
Okay.
When he was, at least the European was arrested at the airport. He could not travel. The Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly was arrested at the airport. How come they allowed this guy to leave the shore of the Nigeria before they arrested him?
Okay, let's look at Wike and his interface with the PDP governors and also
Wow,
other
that's
chieftains.
my man of the moment. That is my man of the moment. I give it to you. You hate him, oh, you dislike his face, oh. It's my own man. It's my own man of the moment. Wike is fighting a battle of rights. Say, you must not infringe on my rights. Everybody has a space. You occupy your space and you are still coming to me to infringe on my own space, which is what he's saying now. The national, what's it called, the PDP composes of, what as it is now, will tell you PDP is the People Democratic Party of the North. You know, not of Nigeria again. It's the Northern Party. It has really, they have shown it through their presentation, through the sharing of position now. BOT is from the North, chairman of the party is from the North, and the presidential candidate is from the North. You two, let's look at it. No Satan and nothing. It's same thing they are saying about Muslim ticket. That there's no. Wike try. What Wike did, your governor has never even done half of it. Your governor that is battling.
No, don't say so. What in one local government? Is it in one local government?
You may not like
in one local government
because
is it in one local government that will tie road every day? Have you ever had weekend go to? Have you ever had weekend invite somebody and go to another place? Is it in one local government? Anytime you see weekend commission a project, it's always in Obiakpo. It's always in Obiakpo. That is one local government. Even the CSO, we are asking him, you have done. Look, let me tell you something. Wike is not working. Wike is not. I will not praise him because it is the responsibility of the government to tie road. How many people has he taken out of poverty? How many rivers people has Wike take out of poverty?
You are saying he's in that for sure.
Let me give you one example. Sanwo-Olu is building 15 JT. Why is Sanwo-Olu not making noise? Sanwo-Olu is building 15 JT. Sanwo-Olu is still tiling road. It's opening up the economy for people to take the people. It means it to take the people out of poverty. Let me tell you, when you open up the economy, develop community and villages, if you have money, you can go there and develop. How many poverty intervention programs we can do in Rivers State? How many? It's a lie. It's overhead bridge that the people is going to chop. And is Sanwo-Olu not building overhead bridge? Is it my responsibility? And do you remember that the people of Rivers State never voted for him? The people of Rivers State willingly did not give him that vote. He's a Supreme Court governor. Wike is a Supreme Court governor.
Okay,
he lost.
Let's have a conversation this morning. This morning. On the Abuja Kaduna train hostage negotiator, you're saying something.
The Kaduna State negotiator, the truth is this: why will he leave the country when he knows? It's just like example. This person is being hard bondage. Okay, you need, for example, will Jesus Christ leave you? He's not going to leave you because his presence is needed. The government need that negotiator at the material moment now to negotiate. The people he is helping to negotiate their freedom, they are still being held hostage. He is running away. Where is he going? So the Dss Arr3 to have picked him up. He shouldn't have left the country. Where was he running to?
Is he an official negotiator for the federal government?
Yes, of course.
No, the federal government.
If it's not an official, no, don't say it's not an official. No, don't say it's not an official. There's a link. There's a link. Okay, is it me that will go and negotiate? No, now if there's no link, he will not go and negotiate now. If there's no link, he won't go and do that.
That means it's not official. It's not official.
It's official.
It's not official.
No, not everybody can go and negotiate. You cannot. The government cannot just call you to go and negotiate with the terrorists. It is not possible.
Okay,
the government will not come publicly and say they will do that. Government will not do that. Government will not come publicly and tell you we have appointed this person to go and negotiate.
I say it's not official. It's not official. It's not official. Let's look at Tinubu's impact in Lagos.
Well, for me, since he became a governor in 1999, he did well. I will give kudos. Let me know, like the development plan that I will call them the ancestors, people who has ruled the country, the state, and passed. They have also done their part. He has also done his own part. You see, the plan. There is nobody that has found himself in position that has not taken one naira that belongs to the people. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's be true with ourselves. There is nobody since 1999. that has come to power that has not taken the money that belongs to Tinubu. So I am not Tinubu's supporter. I've never been to his house to ask him for anything. But let me tell you the truth. Truth has to be told. He did well. It is only Lagos that is keeping the whole Nigeria. It is only Lagos. Wait. Let me talk. It is only Lagos that is keeping the whole country. If other state governors are working and open up the economy, the population you see in Lagos, you won't see it. It will decongest the state and people will go to their various states and develop.
Lagos was a former capital territory.
Lagos, there is Calabar, is Cross River State not a former capital territory? Is Cross River State not a former capital territory? Cross River State is the first federal capital territory. So what are you saying? If Lagos is a former federal capital territory, how did we need Lagos in 1999? They used to kill people in the street of Lagos. Look at it. Let's call a spade. He has done this. He did well.
No, not that he didn't do well.
He did well.
He did well.
He has done well. He did well.
But, there's a disparity. They are focused now. Don't. I'm discussing with you. Don't. Somebody say Tinubu built Lagos. That's my concern.
No. You will not say Tinubu built Lagos. Tinubu contributed his own part to the development of Lagos.
Yeah.
Lagos has been in existence before Tinubu. Tinubu was born in Lagos. He came to meet Lagos, and Lagos has been an excellent place. Yes.
Okay. Let's look at Keredolu and Amotekun Corps. Why they must carry arms?
If the truth is this, if the governor, in his being a lawyer, in his wisdom, a senior advocate of Nigeria, believe that the Amotekun which they established must carry gun, I think there must be proper check. Because you don't just carry gun and give to people, you will not pay salary. It will become an armed robbery. Look at the police, for example. The police have not been paid salary. If the police have been given the salary, go and see. Go and see where the police are living. Go to Mopo 20 and see. They are living in dirty and shameless. But that is why you see a policeman who come to the street and play Baba Ijebu so he will get money to take leave. So it's not all about giving Amotekun the gun. It's all about taking care of them so they can work. God no be the problem.
How can they stand up with the terrorists?
Let me tell you something. How can they stand up with the terrorists? The terrorist is a man-made. The terrorist is being created by Nigerians.
Nigerian politicians.
Yes. So the terrorists do not come from heaven. So you don't come and say you will give gun to Amotekun until Amotekun begin carry gun. No, the police that have the gun call. What are you doing? Are you taking care of the police? The security vote, what are they doing with the security vote?
Amotekun to go and face the hands?
Amotekun cannot go and face is Amotekun well equipped?
That's why I'm asking for guns now.
Has Amotekun been well trained like the police? Has Amotekun been well trained like the military? They have not. So how can you say Amotekun should go and face terrorists? Does it make sense?
That's why we're talking of restructure.
See, the truth is this. I do not support a state police because the politician will turn it to criminality.
Okay.
Look at how let me tell you something. The police used to help the politician to rig elections. That was what used to happen in the country. Yes, but they're not abusing it. So they're abusing it now. They're abusing it. So if you say I'm a carry gun, if you will give Amotekun gun, everything that they need must be put in place.
That's the question.
Now, you are against state police. Let's be constructive.
Yes.
What we are asking is, federal police as it stands today,
Yes.
is it not being abused by federal
It is because you don't take care of them. Nigerian police are somehow. Excuse me. Wait. It is something that made them to misbehave. It is something that made them to become miscreants. It is something. Yes.
Let's see.
You say Nigerian police help politicians to rig elections.
Yes.
It means federal government is as well abusing federal police.
Yes.
Now, how can you that as a justification to say they should not state security?
Like Amotekun.
Yes.
The necessity for them to be given arm, the government put it in place. Like, wait, the police you have, go and see where the police are living. Where is the Amotekun? It's human being, it's psychology. The Amotekun will not have money to pay his students' school fee. He go carry the gun, he go rob his fellow citizen to get money.
You ask a question now. Go and look.
I mean, you don't understand. That's how it go happen. That's how it go happen.
Ask a question.
You must say. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
You
Let
must,
him respond.
Let me respond.
yeah.
Go and look at the leadership of Amatefu. It is a retired, top retired
you're a
military
father.
personnel.
Okay.
So what we are saying is,
Excuse me.
I want to tell you now. We are talking of state security arrangements. The governor of Benue State currently recently said that a high-ranking military personnel told him that Mr. President asked them not to fight against Fulani herdsmen. So how do you not feel protected in the face of a military that have been given an order not to go against the ethnic group?
Okay, wait. Now, he said the president said so.
No, the autumn.
It's Autumn that said so. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Just a minute. Wait. No. I never comment. I don't comment on this. Wait.
It's my time. You have 5 minutes. So you have used more than 5 minutes.
Please.
What about
I never use 45 minutes.
I say 5 minutes. I didn't say 45 minutes. Just round up.
The only thing I want to tell Nigerians about the election that is coming up, and I want to beg the DSS and the INEC and the I want to beg the DSS and the EFCC to please monitor all the activities of the residential INEC commissioners, because election result, the people who go and vote, it is at the collection center that they always change the result, and which is what the people would not want in 2023. So Nigerian, I'm begging the DSS and the EFCC to, if they know they are doing their, to please monitor the activities of all the 36 state residential electoral commissioners, so that the people vote will be counted, because at the collection center is where they used to change the result. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, who is your candidate? Where are you supporting?
Well, for me, whoever I vote for should be left for. Who am I supporting? You don't ask me to go. Whoever Nigerians will put, whoever the people, whosoever Nigerians will decide to put as a president, we will always make available to challenge that person that want to tamper with the integrity of the people. That's all.
What do you think of Tinubu?
What do I think of him?
Atiku and Obi.
Atiku, Obi. That is why I said, whosoever among them that become the president of Nigeria, it is the people that Nigerians should, it is the Nigerian people that should decide who they want that will be the rule the country. I should not come and tell you I will vote for Tinubu, I will vote for. No, I only have one vote. Whoever that I cast my vote for should be left for me.
You have not decided yet.
It should be left for me.
You have not decided yet.
I won't tell you I'll go and vote for APC. I won't tell you I'll go and vote for PDP. I won't tell you I'll go and vote for
Have
Obi.
you decided yet?
No, you should let me.
You have not decided.
It is the people. It's a personal affair. I am among the people. Nigerians should be allowed to decide who they want that should rule the country. That's all.
I like to get your number. So okay, let's continue. Kule. No, okay.
You see it
Calculator.
You see them. You see it You see. And you see them. They don't transfer all the activities of where they come from into my head now. Thank God we don't have kidnapper in Lagos for now. We don't have. My friend, you know me well. You know me or you don't know me. Where do you know me from? So we know ourselves. From where? From Ikeja. Chop knuckle, man.
Okay, we are determined to turn Nigeria's fortune around. That is Tinubu. We are determined to turn Nigeria fortune around.
He has a right to his own agenda. He has a right to his own. It's only this country I see that people want to gag your rights, and they want their own right to be respected. They want their own right, to be obeyed. They want their own right to be sacrosanct. I mean, the issue of Nigeria as we're talking on, it's all about tribal, it's all about ethnic, it's all about religion, it's all about tribal, as it is. Nigeria has never been divided like this before, right? Because what I just say, the youth said, we've lost focus. We've lost focus because we only receive and accept the fake news we accept the fake news that the leaders we split down onto us, and we will even make research. We just be follow. I would just say youth are like a follow come generation as it is now, because youth cannot decide what they want as it is now. Youth cannot decide who they want as it is now. I'm telling you all.
Why is this so?
Because in the country of the blind, now one high man became. Once that one high man disseminates information to you guys, you don't even research on it. Whether this information is real or that is not real, you buy into it. Our leader has said so. You forget that your leader is a political animal, right? All human beings are political, one way or the other, political animals. So there's politics flowing in us, and that politics is not even clean politics; it's a dirty politics. That is why I'm saying the problem they are saying now, the solution is still part of restructuring. They are just making noise since morning. The solution is restructuring. Why is this man disturbing me? Tell this Chigoze, he's always threatening online. He's not my friend. I don't like people that threat, man. I don't like. You talk. You are still pitching me to, it's just behaving like all this IPOB in Imo States. So
okay. Have you changed your mind
about
on your stance?
My stand is still restructuring. I told them all what they are saying about police are not taking care, police cannot secure Nigeria, is the duty rightfully, the duty of police to secure Nigeria. It's not the duty of army. The army are meant for external, aggressions. So why police job turn to military job? That is the question we'll be asking ourselves. Number one, because the police has been downgraded, and they started downgrading themselves for people not to respect them. Right?
Police were protesting yesterday.
They had to. This is not the first time. They protested under General Obasanjo too. They one day protest. I remember then. So it's not the first time they are doing that, because they make themselves not to be respected. An average policeman, us is joining Nigerian police, is just joining, say, I want to go there and make money, either in a clean way or in a crooked way. And that image is really reflecting on them. Okay. An average man will see police on the road, there will not be trust on them. But they are good ones likewise. They are good policemen. And the government said they look at them that these are the people that don't have any value. We can only use them as security guards for political, mercenaries. And that's why you see majority of police that are supposed to be guiding us, they are guiding the people, our so-called leaders that are not leading us well. So that's the issue. The problem I've been saying is the foundation. The constitution of this country cannot make anything stand. All this noise we are making now, it doesn't count anything. It doesn't, we are just noise makers here now. The issue now is, let us look how we can restructure this country. We can have a state police. We can, have a better, regional government for ourselves.
Thank you very much.
Right, thank you.
Otuba. Okay. 2 minutes. If you ask a question 1 minute, you answer 1 minute. So ask him a question 1 minute. No. You are using airtime. You ask him. Okay, the time start now.
You made a submission that Nigerian police force are miscreants. Is that right? Is that what you meant?
I did not mean. Let me tell you something. It is the government that has made them like that.
Okay, the government made them miscreants.
Yes, like that. Let me give one example. Establishing a Amotekun is not a problem. Giving them gum is not a problem. Are you going to take care of them? Are they not going to be abandoned?
At the end of the day.
Yeah, at the end of the day. That is the question. Let me tell you something. Nigerian police have been abandoned. Look at how can a policeman, most of the crime, Nigerian police can work well, they can do well. If you take care of them, go and see where they are living. A policeman is guiding a senator. A senator is going on with over 1 billion in 4 years. Then the police is going on with just 200,000 naira. He can still go commit crime. Amotekun go do the same thing. Okay. It's not all about funding them. It's not all about establishing Amotekun Akeredodu. You must make sure you fund them. Give them the necessity of life, so that they will not go and commit crime with the gun you want to give them.
And you haven't made that establishment submission that Nigerian police are miscreants. Then what guarantee the security of the electorate in the supposed coming election if you have established the fact that Nigerian police miscreant by the context of our discussion, it means they cannot guarantee the safety and life of the electorate. Then what is the essence of the election? Going to election when you know already that the security architecture of
do not
the
misquote
police
me.
system
Do
is
not misquote my statement.
is flawed.
Do not misquote my
No,
statement.
that is what is
There
the
are
submission
still-
you made.
There
You,
are,
which
I,
you confirmed.
let me tell you something. Let me
No,
tell you.
he said that.
Okay,
And I
okay.
haven't made that submission.
Tomorrow.
You can
Thank you very
understand
much.
that it's nothing like
Thank you very
Nigeria.
much.
If the police force
Yes,
are
sir.
miscreants,
We are.
having
We
made
have come to the end of the
submission
program.
by an APC chieftain,
Yeah.
he
On
made a
fire.
submission this month that Nigerian police force is
On
a
fire.
miscreant.
On fire.
And that, of course, unfortunately, brings us to the point and the reality that we don't have a country.
Thank you very much,
let
Mazi.
alone to talk
We are on
about
fire.
election.
We are on fire this morning. With that, we've come to the end of the program this morning. Yes, I'm Christian Chuku. We will not receive any calls now because we spent much time this morning. Thank you. Tomorrow, we are going to give chance for our reviewers to call out and join the program. Until tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program by Standard and Newsstand. I'm Christian Chuku. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.